got some parts to put on the 240 today. I think today is the day that the exhaust goes on fully and I can finally actually just go out and drive this thing, enjoy it, you know, get a couple of nice gear changes involved in there. I've been itching to drive a stick shift car again. It's been so long since I've really gotten to enjoy driving a stick shift car. My some of the new parts I got here are this guy. Look at that. It's a brand new clutch master. This is like a whole kit from Chase Bay. I just ordered this the other day. Thankfully they had them semi in stock and it came here pretty quick. So time to delete this stock unit and put this nice one in. All right, so here's the old one, this crusty guy. It's really in nice shape. It's not like it's that beat up or anything, but just needed to upgrade. Apparently I just need a little more flow, I guess. This one is a 0.75, like the big bore they call it, and I guess this one just doesn't have enough behind it. I'm gonna try to adjust this in a little bit from where this one is, kind of just lining them up, seeing where the pins fall and where the pedal sits on both. I'd like the clutch in a little bit farther so it has less throw. Maybe that'll help me with all my problems that I'm having. I don't want to blow out that new slave, so I'm gonna try to move that in a little bit, adjust the clutch stop out and kind of feel it out from there, maybe lay under the car as I have the clutch pushed in, see what we are working with. But I'm gonna put this new one in, mock it up and see how the pedal feels. Well, I can tell you guys I hate this. I hate this loop that comes in here. It looks so bad to me, but there's no better way to clock this because the way that this line is, you can't spin it down at the bottom. I'd have to go undo it down there and then just, you know, kind of mock it up here, or there's just no way to do it. I can shorten it and have it go down, but it's gonna have to be really close to the header at that point, so I wanted the slack just up here. At the moment, there's no better way to do this. I hate it. Oh man, I have just been cranking away off camera. I bled the clutch on this car right here, put the shifter on, just kind of getting it ready to go drive it. This car is kind of in the way of it. I don't know if I can make that. I mean, it's close. The 240 is tiny. It might be able to make that. Really don't feel like moving that off the jack stands right now because I still have to do the shifter linkage and I still have to do the front brakes. So I don't want to take it off jack stands right now, unfortunately, but I might have to. So, because this one needs to go drive. The exhaust is on, all tightened down. Hopefully there's no exhaust leaks anywhere. A little crooked, but it is a 240, so you're supposed to have stuff like that. Clutch feels really good now. Bled well. I used the water bottle trick and it worked good. I was able to just do that by myself. All right, I'm just cleaned up after working on the 240, and I started to inventory all the brakes for the Camaro, and man, this stuff is so nice. I can't wait to put all this new stuff on. All new hubs, new bearings, basically completely new front braking system. The only thing left on this car that is going to be stock suspension are the two uprights, the A-arms, the upper A-arms and the spindle. That's the only two things left on this car that haven't been upgraded at this point. So this is a good another step to upgrading that stuff. These bolts look very important. They have a cover on them. That's probably important, but not too bad. Looks pretty manageable. This always makes me nervous, stuff like this. I am threading into the hub here, and these are like the hardest material you will use on a car basically, and into this aluminum hub, which is like the softest material, and they're very easy to cross thread something like this. So I'm just treading very lightly. All right, so here's the first driver's side front brake. This is what I was using. These are the hubs. These are the brake calipers, the pads, the rotor, the whole nine. And I just weighed this box, and this is about 40 pounds right here, minus, you know, some hardware. So probably a little over 40 pounds of weight that I just took off the front, off of just one side. So that means that there's 80 pounds total in brakes. And the first one being on looks freaking awesome. That is such a good looking brake. Man, that's so nice. I am so happy to have these on. I wish I did them long ago. They went together super easily. I'll show you guys what I'm putting on the next one. It looks so much better, and the total weight of these two brakes is 40 pounds. So we're taking a total of 40 pounds off of the nose of the car, and we're putting better brakes on that are just all around better. Brand new hubs, so less rolling resistance. It's just gonna be a whole lot better all in all. Like, crazy for not doing this sooner. But like I was saying, this is the only stock part I have left, is this, and this are the only OEM suspension parts left on this car. Everything else has already been redone, new stuff, all new Heim joints everywhere, all new joints everywhere, all new brackets everywhere. For the most part, it's just these two guys right here. All right, let's give a little comparison here. New. Oh yeah, that is nice. Versus old. That is pushing a lot harder too. Those are bad. So the floating rotor, like I was talking about, you can hear how it kind of wobbles in there. That is to keep brake pressure from ever really being applied. If it can move, then the brakes won't like kind of stick in a way, and it just allows it to have a lot less resistance if possible. So not only that, I did some different lug nuts. These were the ones that were on there. They were the OEM GM fronts, and they're a little beat up, but I was able to switch to the ones that I used to run on the back, which were just a lot better, and the right bolt pattern, because I don't think that these are the right, these aren't the right threading anyways, so these wouldn't have even worked. Thankfully I had the old ones that I used to run on the back. But time to do the other side. Oh, that's so nice. This might actually be the second time I've ever had this wheel off. Time to pull this brake assembly off and put the new one on. It's super simple. I'll show you guys the little modifications I have to make. So first step is to pull the old hub out and the old brake caliper and rotor, and they're actually like stuck together. I had to actually pry the other one off because this caliper does not like to loosen up very well. And then I have to cut off this ear, and you're supposed to cut off this ear, but I didn't like that because it doesn't really, you know, with a Sawzall, it's kind of a tough deal to make, so I just shaved it down until it was level with this. The goal is trying to get these two level, and this one blocks the caliper bolt, but that's the goal. So, other unfortunate thing, I knew this was going to be an issue, but not really worth keeping, is this is our front wheel speed sensor. So that's gone now. We do not have a wheel speed sensor anymore. We do still have a drive shaft speed sensor in the back, but having a front wheel speed sensor and a drive shaft speed sensor together really give you good data. So we're gonna have to figure something else out. I'll probably have to put some like teeth on this or something somewhere. We'll figure that out. I'll have to figure that out with the tuner. See what Alpha says. Well, they are gone. I think I'm most happy just to get rid of that red. Like, it wasn't even very nice looking, honestly. It left some to be desired. They got new calipers, new pads, new rotors, new hubs. Oh man, so much better. Man, look at that. I don't know if we've ever seen it like this. Both cars set back down on the ground, looking really awesome. I am just cleaning up the shop, cleaning up some fluids. Oh, man, they look so good together. Which car do you guys like more? Drift car, drag car, drift car, drag car. Morning, back in the shop. ready to drive these two cars. Just bled the brakes in the Camaro. They feel a lot better. I used the old hose into the brake fluid reservoir trick like you guys were saying, and it worked flawlessly. I did just get my harnesses in the mail. I got these like super cheap guys for the 240. I was like, let me just get the cheapest set I can get because they'll be plenty safe for what I'm trying to do. And you know, a harness is a harness in a lot of ways. So I just wanted to get a cheap set for that. But then I realized that the ones in the Camaro are only good until December 2021. So I should have just replaced these with a brand new set and just moved these over to there. Idiot. All right, car number one out of the shop. The Camaro drove out perfectly fine, kind of as expected. I didn't even film it because it was kind of just like a normal practice. But this car, the problem child. They're both kind of problem childs. Maybe I'm the problem. We'll just not think about that. This one is the issue right here. So I'm going to see how this thing drives. The Camaro, I just drove up and parked in the driveway because it's fine. It felt great. Brakes were awesome. But this car, you never know what this one's gonna do. Real wild card. Let's put this GoPro up here so that if there's anything interesting that happens, I can keep both hands on the wheel. This one makes me a little nervous, definitely. So I'm going to take her for a spin around the block. First, pull it up into the driveway, see how it feels. And then, next step, drive it. Well, that didn't go great. I'm leaking something, brake fluid of some kind. That better not be from the clutch. I'm gonna be pissed. Well, it drove. It needs a tune desperately because it's super jerky. The clutch pedal needs to go down just a little bit farther to be perfect. I need to be sitting way more forward. And I burned my knuckle. Thought I was gonna catch on fire there, and I was gonna have to run back like a mile to my truck to get the fire extinguisher. Well, I can see where all that smoke in the rear came from. That's why they were smoking a little bit. What's your vote? Self-clearance or raise the car up a little bit? Whether I can raise this car up or not is a huge maybe, because these coilovers are pretty shot and they've been on there a long time. I'm a little skeptical if the threads will allow me to raise this thing up at all. Self-clearance might be my best option. I realized that it is not the brake lines. The brake lines are fine. It was actually the power steering. The lower hose popped out, and that's a lot of pressure. even when I'm not doing anything, it's a lot of pressure. So that kind of just sprayed out and got everything drenched with power steering fluid. But that'll answer that question. Brake pedal still feels good. It does need a little more brake fluid, but brake pedal still feels good. So really the only issue is power steering, which I don't really even need that. I do for drifting, but not for driving. Well, it does run and drive now. Just have to shake down a bunch of other little things in it. There's so many little tweaks I already know I need to make. I would love to go and take it around a little more, but those tires rubbing are just too bad. Like, I could literally see the smoke in my mirror. Yeah, that mirror. I was looking back and seeing that they were smoking, so I'd rather not just go drive it. There's also a lot of clanking and clattering, but that could just be because the drive shaft U-joints are literally right there. There's nothing actually stopping that, and everything is solid mounted in this car for the most part. That could be part of it. Who knows? There's a lot of things, but I want to fix the power steering before I go drive it a lot. Even though this thing is pretty easy to turn, it's super light steering, even without the power steering. I'm just kind of mapping out how I would park two cars in here. Obviously, I do want to lift, guys. This is probably how I'd do it on an angle like that, so I can still park another car behind it. I'd probably back the car in depending on what I'm doing, but that's probably how I would do it. I measured it out using jack stands as my kind of anchor points. It would be a little awkward in here just because of the workbenches and stuff. You'd constantly be like sliding behind this one. But this is probably how I would do it and back it in. I know it's gonna be a little clickbaity talking about first drive, but it is technically the first real drive. And I wanna say it was a success. I really do, because I think it was a success. We're in a good spot to just button up a few things now and actually go enjoy it. Fix the tire rubbing. The cooling system was working. I don't know if the fans kicked on. It might not have gotten hot enough yet, but we'll know that. And I think we're in a good spot to go get tuned once the rear tires are fixed, because that's a little excessive. Maybe the other ones won't rub as bad, but these ones definitely do. I don't know. We'll see if I can raise it up. Hopefully, or else I'll be ordering some new coilovers, which I don't really want to do. Man, friggin' 240 drove, Camaro drove. What a video though, guys. I can't believe it. We just drove both cars. I know it was only kind of around my driveway, but man, friggin' both cars, 2 in 1 video. That's pretty awesome. So, super stoked. Both cars ready to go, ish. Camaro could go to the drag strip right now, the way it is. This car just needs like 2 or 3 hours of just stuff, and it's good to go. So that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time. Actually, just kidding. Video's not over yet. Wanted to give you guys a quick Tortoise update. So Bowser is just under the trailer all day pretty much until like, he doesn't come out until like 5 or 6 o'clock, and then grazes a little bit and then goes to sleep. It's just so hot right now that he pretty much just spends all day under there. Yeah, he's out here laying in the shade in his house. He's got some food sitting here that he ate this morning, a bunch of water. He was nibbling. How you doing, buddy? You're looking a little dirty. His grass is pretty dead. I feel bad, but next week we'll be getting a lot of rain, but I've been giving him food. Yeah, right here is a little dead. I'm sorry, I know. You don't want to be with this dead grass, but most of the yard is dead. Eventually his house will go all the way to the end once I get some time to do that.